We're back with Diane Mary Flores, part 2. Just to recap, Diane thought she had the perfect family with Joel until he left because she got him arrested, and she lost custody of Lisandra. She also lost custody of Jonathan. He went with Lisandra until Stephen found out and had his mom take custody of the baby. This makes her stalk Joel even more, fighting with him every chance she gets. Joel even tries to move on, and he does get in other relationships, but Diane causes havoc and chaos and splits them up, saying she's still involved romantically with them. But Diane isn't satisfied, and she continues to mess with Stephen and Natasha, stalking them as well. One day, Diane saw Stephen and Natasha driving down the road with her son in the back seat. Diane, filled with fury, and called the police, reporting they had drugs and guns in the car. They were pulled over and searched, but nothing was found, so they were allowed to leave. No arrests were made. But that does not stop Diane. Another time, she saw Steve and Natasha driving to their family's house, who just so happened to live near her. Having to see them together, she fills up with so much fury, she calls the cops again. And before they could get to their family house, they're pulled over again. But this time, the cops are questioning them about who Diane is to them. She claims that they've been stalking and harassing her. The cops found no evidence of stalking or harassing, and they were allowed to leave. No arrests were made. But Diane does not stop here. Another time, Steve and Natasha are at a family cookout, the same family that happened to live by Diane. Once again, Diane calls the police and tells them that Steve and Natasha are stalking and harassing her once again. And she's afraid to go outside her house because they supposedly have been threatening her. And once again, the police come to Natasha and Steve and question them about what happened with Diane. But they were at a family cookout. They had no idea what Diane reported because they didn't do anything. The cops talked to everybody, and everybody was allowed to continue having their cookout. No arrests were made. The cops actually went back to Diane and told Diane to leave them alone. They're not bothering her, and they're allowed to have a cookout. Every time Diane saw Steve and Natasha, she would start problems with them, even with her new boyfriend, John Rivera. You would think with Diane being in a new relationship, she would let her exes go, but no. One day, Natasha walked into a clothing store and looked for an employee to ask for help with finding a bikini. She tapped a lady on her shoulder, and when the lady turned around, it was Diane, asking Natasha, "May I help you?" in the sweetest voice ever. Natasha told her, "Yes, I'm looking for a bathing suit. Can you help me?" Diane had great customer service and showed Natasha to the bathing suit area. While Natasha was busy looking for her bathing suit, the manager approached her with the police, saying that she was being hostile and threatening one of their employees. And when Natasha turned around so the police could take her in the back room for questioning, she saw John Rivera standing at the register. So she walked in the back room with the police and told them to watch the cameras. She wasn't disrespectful or hostile or threatening. She was simply just asking for a bikini. And they saw Diane show amazing customer service and escort her to the bikini section. No arrests are made. But this doesn't stop Diane. She needs to think of something else because the police are not breaking up Steve and Natasha's relationship like she thought. So now she calls Natasha and she tells Natasha and tells her that her and Steve had sexual relations. Again, behind Natasha and John's back. Natasha calls John and tells him exactly what Diane just said, and they're both shocked. A few days later, Natasha and John go to the hotel to get a little revenge. Later on, they're just hanging out in the car, and John gets a call from Diane. He answers the call on speaker, thinking it would be funny. But little did he know, Diane was about to reveal that she's pregnant with her third child. and after losing custody of the other two, and has no intention on visitation. She tells John she's keeping it or she's gonna kill herself. And then a few days later, Diane goes down and files the restraining order against Steve. But the funny part is, she puts, "I'm in fear for my life, for me and my child." But she doesn't have custody of any of her kids or visitation rights at this time.